Hey everybody. Today is Thursday. Oops, gotta go and drive. Today is Thursday, March 22nd, 2018. Yeah. There's still a lot of snow on the ground, but the sun is out and it's not below freezing, so a tiny bit of it's melting and the roads are clear, so that's good. Because I was getting tired of being stuck in that house for a whole day. It's not, the problem isn't being stuck in the house, it's being stuck in the house with a whole bunch of other people. That's the part that makes you stir crazy. Or maybe it's me, I don't know. If it's just me and one or two other people, I'm fine, but everybody's home because there's nowhere to go. So, I got stuff I gotta do today because I couldn't get anything done yesterday. I've got to go, I gotta go pick up the dog's medicine, and then I have to go to the grocery store and pick up my middle son's medicine. And then I have to go home, and I might have to go back out to the post office. I don't know. I'll either go to the post office today or tomorrow, but I have some stuff I need to mail out. Hey, I don't know why I had forgotten this on Monday when I was talking about stuff that I did on Sunday. It sounds silly. But this really bounces around. I wish I could get a thing that doesn't bounce quite so much. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know why I forgot about it on Monday, but on Sunday I went and I bought some stuff at Hot Topic. I bought a t-shirt for Ready Player One because I want to. Well, I went to Hot Topic because there's a Supernatural episode coming out. I think it's next week, but it's a Scooby-Doo crossover. So it's going to be like, they're going to be turned into cartoons, and they're going to be with Scooby-Doo and Velma and Daphne and, you know, the whole Scooby-Doo gang for an episode. And there's t-shirts that are coming out for it. And I want the one that has Scooby-Doo in the middle with Sam and Dean on each side. Because Scooby-Doo was my favorite cartoon when I was a kid. So I'm really excited about that. So I went to Hot Topic to see if I could get that, and they didn't have them in yet. They didn't have those t-shirts in yet. And so I saw they had a whole bunch of stuff for Ready Player One, which Bob and I read that book, and we're going to go see the movie at the end of the month. It comes out like March 30th or something. So I found this one. I'll try to show it to you later when I'm at home. I found that, and it's really cool looking. So, and I also got a couple of pins because, you know, they have this thing. They had this thing going on where it's buy two things, get one free, and whatever. You know how they hook you into that stuff. I've had this thing lately. Well, I used to before, too, when I was younger. I've always loved t-shirts, like t-shirts with pictures, or usually pictures, not sayings. I don't know why, I just like them a lot. And then when I was working in, like, semi-professional work, I stopped buying t-shirts, and I mostly was buying, nice pants and nice blouses and sweaters and stuff like that. Nice shoes. Whereas when I was younger, I used to wear, I just used to wear jeans and a t-shirt all the time. And sometimes a sweater. Okay, I've always liked sweaters. Anyway, not the coolest kid on the block, let's just say. But, yeah, now I'm like, guess what? I want to get off here, get the dog's medicine. I'm like, guess what? If I want to buy t-shirts and wear t-shirts, that's what I'm gonna do. Although with moving to Texas, I might want to reconsider that. When we lived in Alabama, I remember I was in my mid-20s. At one point, I was in my mid-20s, and I was wearing a t-shirt and jeans, and some woman called me little girl or something like that. And it was like on a Sunday, and I have to tell you, like in the South, I don't know if it's still this way, but 20 years ago in the South, everybody would be dressed up on Sunday because they went to church, you know. And the women would be in these big flower dresses with their hair all up, and sometimes they'd have hats on or whatever. Anyway, this woman said something about me being a little girl, and I was 24 or 25. Well, I looked young when I was younger. And I said, I'm a grown woman or something like that. And she said, I didn't recognize you in your play clothes. I didn't recognize you in your play clothes. That's what she said to me. And I was thinking, in my play clothes? I was wearing jeans and a t-shirt. So I don't know, maybe it's not as juvenile in the South anymore as it used to be. Do I care? I think at this age people can tell if I'm an adult. Maybe, I don't know. Alright, getting to the vet. Hey, I'm back. Got the medicine for the dog. Does look different? No, I think they just changed the label. But, oh yeah, I was talking, when I said, okay, I got the t-shirt and then I got 2 pins, they were like blind package pins where you don't know what's in them. But I got them for Supernatural, and here's one of the ones I got. It says, join the hunt. So, you see that one. Let's pull out of here. It's really weird because it's melting, everything's melting outside, but it's cold once you get outside the car, but it's hot, and it's hot inside the car. I don't know. I don't want to turn the air on, but it's hot. It's hot! So let's pull out of here. Maybe I'll open the window a little bit, and people can hear me talking to myself. I mean, talking to you. People can hear me talking to you. So the cool thing about going to the vet is you get to see doggies and kitty cats. I like the doggies better, but there was a cute dog in there. He looked like he was a yellow lab mixed with something. He was really short and wide. Short for a lab for sure. He was shorter than Sunny and wider than Sunny, and he had a head that was kind of shaped like a Rottweiler head. You know what I mean? It's like that big blocky kind of head. This area I'm driving through, they already got that dirty snow on the side of the road. You know how the snow gets dirty from getting car exhaust or dirt from the road or whatever? I hate that look. Alright, let's try to be positive. That's me talking to myself. Telling myself to be positive. It says it's 46 degrees outside. Yeah, there's a sign. I can't believe it's Thursday already. And we didn't put the trash out because the snow is so deep where our thing is that I don't know how they would have got this. They'd have to lift it. I mean, they could have rolled it down the trail. I just said, Lee, just forget about it. We'll do it next week. It's not overly full or whatever, so. We've been doing better with our recycling, so our trash can doesn't fill up as much as it used to. I remember. There was this older couple that lived across the street from us, and well, our neighborhood's like this, okay? For a long time, my husband and I were one of the youngest sets of people in the neighborhood. And now younger people are starting to move in. Like some of the older folks are moving out. And some younger folks are moving in. Younger folks. And there was this couple across the street, this older couple. That guy used to really get under my skin. But anyway, that's not what I'm talking about right now. That's another story. I should have a whole episode called Another Story. For every time I've said that's another story. Because they're usually stories I don't want to talk about. But the trash they used to put out, there was just 2 of them, okay? There's 5 people in my house. There's always been 5 people in my house. Not always the same 5, but there's always been 5 people in my house. We're all adults. There's 2 people in their house. They put out more than twice as much the amount of trash as us every week. Every week. I don't know where they're getting all this trash from. And they still put their recycling containers out, so I don't know if they're putting recyclable stuff in the trash can. I don't know. Well, they're not there anymore. They moved out like last year, but anyway. I was always like, see, because like, this is the thing. There's something about, they try to get you to compete with your neighbors. Them out there. I'll tell you how, here's one of the weird things, is that when we get our electric bill every month, there's like a report in there that tells us if we're doing average or, the amount of electricity we're using. If we're using more than most of the neighbors, less, average. It almost always says we're using more electricity than most other people and we need to cut it down. Well, there's people living in my house. Okay, there's 5 of us, okay? 5 people. So that's one thing. Another thing is that everybody's got different work schedules. There's people working at night and there's people working during the day. So there's always somebody at home using computer or a TV or something like that. There's not a lot of downtime. So when the electric company sends me a thing that says, yeah, you're using you're using more electricity than your neighbors are, I'd like to say on there, first of all, none of your business. Second of all, you're welcome. Because I'm paying for that electricity. Well, I'm not paying for it, but Bob is. Or are we both paying for it? How does that work? I don't know. My youngest son would say that my husband's paying for everything. It's not that we don't try to save electricity, but a lot of the houses in our neighborhood have 2 people living in them. And they work during the day and they sleep at night. There's 5 people in my house. You see what I'm saying? 5 adults that work at different... Anyway, I already said that, so it doesn't matter. Stop trying to get people to compete with each other. I think you just have to compete with yourself if you're doing better than you were doing before. You know what I mean? Humans aren't apples to apples. We all got different... Now I'm just going off on a full philosophical tangent. Nobody wants that. What if I just talk until something interesting comes out? That would be a funny name for an episode. Talking till something interesting comes out. Sometimes, I don't know if I should say the towns that I'm driving through when I'm driving through places. Like, I think it would be interesting for people to know about the different towns that I drive through and stuff, but then I think, well, people try to find where I live, and then I think nobody wants to find where you live, and besides, it seems like you could look up anybody nowadays on the internet and find out where they live, and what's going to happen if they show up anyway? Nothing. I got a dog, okay, and, like I said, there's 5 adults living at my house. Yeah, I don't know. Tell me what you think, because I'd like to talk about some of the towns I drive through. Like, I just saw something interesting that would be interesting to talk about, but then I thought, I don't know if I should, because of how, what if some of them places are close to where I live, It's stupid. It's not like I'm that, what's his name, Jake Paul or whatever. Well, he told everybody where he lived. People just show up at his house. Let's just put it this way. I'm no Jake Paul. No one wants to be a part of my exciting life. I shouldn't say it like that. You guys are interested in my life. I gave up on exciting life a long time ago. When I was really young, I did a lot of exciting / crazy things that made me want to enjoy a quiet life. Let's just say that. Let's just put it that way. I always get, there's some vloggers that they'll sit and talk about things from their past, things that they've done, places they've been or whatever, which I think, it can be interesting and stuff like that, but part of the way that I think is, I try not to dwell in the past, and I try not to dwell in the future. I try to live for today, you know what I mean? Like, be present in the now, in what's happening now. And well, I am probably going to do a Throwback Thursday tonight sometime, so I haven't decided what I'm going to do about that, or what I'm going to do for that. I had a couple ideas, but I don't remember what they are now. Yeah, if you guys have ideas for that, just tell me, like, if there's anything that you'd like to know. What would you like to know? I think I've mentioned before that, I ran cross country in high school, and I was also on the track. I was on track and field, although I mostly did field events. So, I went to high school with someone who, at 3 different times, was the fastest man in the world. He was on the track. I was on the same track team as him, and we went to the Penn relays because of him. I didn't realize it was a special thing at the time. Not till since I've been an adult. I thought anybody could just go. Like, any team could just go to the Penn relays. You don't always understand, like, how interesting things are. How you don't always understand the importance of things when you're young. Is that what I'm trying to say? If you don't know what the Penn relays are, it is and I didn't even know this until a few years ago. The stuff I'm about to tell you. It is an event that happens once a year, and it happens in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and also in Jamaica. It's a joint event. I don't remember how it came about. A friend of mine from Jamaica had told me the whole story, but I'm not, I have some memory problems, let's put it that way. And usually, like, the best of the best go there, but it's like just a time to enjoy the joys of running and stuff like that. And like, spectators can go. You can pay to go see the Penn relays. I might go sometime. That would be a good thing to go to this year, because I haven't been there since I was in high school. And at the time, like I said, I didn't understand the importance of it. If I can find a link about it, I'll put it in the description. Oh, this is a long video. Well, I'm almost at the grocery store, so I will chat at you in a bit. I thought I'd stop at Target to see what kind of stickers they had, so this is what Target looks like, and you can see how much snow is left. So I'm out. I came out of the Target. Bob just called me and reminded me that I have to pick up my middle son from work, which I had forgotten, because my husband usually brings him home on his way home from work, but he's got to work late. My husband has to work late. So I need to go pick up the medicine and then go pick up my son. So that's what I'm headed to do. Catch you later. So I'm up in my room. I just finished doing the video for my review of Hearts in Atlantis, so if that's up by the time I put this video up, I'll put the link in the description. But I figured since I'm up here, I'd show you that t-shirt I got at Hot Topic. It's for Ready Player One, and here's the beginning, here's the front. It says Gunters. If you've read the book, you know what Gunters are. They're the everyday people that are trying to win the competition. They kind of band together against the evil corporation. And here's the back. It says Oasis 2045. And it has the keys. What is it? The copper key, the jade key, and the crystal key. So, I think it'll be a fun movie. I enjoyed the book, but I didn't think it was great like a lot of people did. But I think it'll be a fun movie. And those pins that I got, I showed you one of them already. They came in these blind boxes for Supernatural. Here's the other pin. I have it on my other sweater. Where is it? Hello, hello. It's right here, and it says, Dean says eat more pie. Join the hunt. Because Dean Winchester on Supernatural, he eats a lot of pie. He loves pie. So, since I'm up here, maybe I'll do the rest of my video up here. I can show you some things for Throwback Thursday, since they're things from a long time ago. I'll show you a couple of dolls that my sister gave me when she was in different countries. So, actually, I don't think I can reach it, so I'm going to try and just show it in the video. Let me switch over. Doll up there, that's a doll from Germany. My sister brought it back to me from when she was stationed in Germany. And yes, I have a Darth Tater and a metal coffee can from when they used to be metal. So, here's two dolls. I mean, they came in the same case that my sister brought to me from Korea. She was stationed in Korea when she was in the Army. And here's a doll I bought several years ago. It's a Mrs. Beasley anniversary edition doll. And it the proceeds went to charity. I can't remember what charity, but I should tell you about that. Let me tell you about the Mrs. Beasley doll. When I was very little, very young, I used to watch Family Affair, and I wanted the Mrs. Beasley doll. I asked for it for Christmas. And, you know, I was very much hoping to get a Mrs. Beasley doll for Christmas. But I did not. My parents did not have very much money, so I did get a Mrs. Beasley coloring book. So it had like a picture of Mrs. Beasley on the front and then pages of color. And I remember putting it in this this little stroller that I had. I put the I put the coloring book in the stroller and I pushed it around and pretended it was Mrs. Beasley. Alright, I was really young, okay? Well, I don't know why I'm embarrassed. I didn't play with dolls that much, so I don't know. I mean, maybe that's why it's embarrassing to me. But I was really young. I was like, I don't know, 4? Honestly, don't remember, but I was very young. So, and I think I had like a little plastic. I think that I got this little Santa Claus that was it was made out of plastic, and you blow it up like you blow up those toys that you put in the pool. But it was little, and it was like, I might have a picture somewhere. It just looked like a Santa Claus, kind of shaped like a snowman. So I put that and the Mrs. Beasley coloring book into the little, it was one of these strollers that looks like it's made out of paperboard or whatever. If any of you remember the 70s, you'll know what I'm talking about. I didn't want to say how old I am, okay? But, alright, you're getting a clue. Yeah, so in my mind, the doll shape and the picture of Mrs. Beasley together made like some facsimile of a Mrs. Beasley doll. So when I became an adult, I started getting obsessed with Mrs. Beasley dolls, and I was looking at them on eBay, and they'd be like $100 for them, and there'd be parts missing, and the hair would be all messed up. So when they did the anniversary edition one, which was it was like $99, and most of the money went to like a children's charity, I said, guess what? I'm gonna get it. Because I had been thinking about getting one of those ones that's all torn apart, and I didn't care if it was original. It looks the same to me. It looks the way I remember it, so anyway. Sometimes you just gotta buy something, I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying, okay? Well, we had cheesesteaks for dinner tonight. We didn't feel like cooking because we were stuck in yesterday in the snow, and then I was going to buy some ground beef at the grocery store, but my husband called and reminded me that I needed to pick up my middle son. I had forgotten, so I didn't really have time to pick up meat and bring that home and cook, so that's what happened there. Well, I hope you're having a good day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!